Liam stood at the edge of the cliff, wind whipping around him. Every fear he had ever felt pressed against his chest. The world seemed impossible, but so was he. One deep breath, one heartbeat, and he stepped forward. The fall wasn't the end. It was the beginning. Today, he would rise. Today, nothing could stop him. The morning sun broke through the clouds, casting golden streaks across the city. Liam's room was cluttered with sketches, torn notebooks, and half-finished inventions. Each item was a fragment of a dream he refused to abandon. Today felt heavier than usual, the weight of doubt pressed against his shoulders. He picked up his latest creation, a small drone designed to map unreachable cliffs, and studied it with weary eyes. Every failure whispered that he wasn't good enough. But in that whisper, there was also a spark, a tiny reminder that he had come too far to quit. Liam stepped outside, feeling the crisp air fill his lungs. The streets buzzed with life, yet he felt isolated, as if the world moved on while he remained stuck. Still, every challenge called to him, daring him to prove himself. He clenched his fists and ran, letting the rhythm of his heartbeat drown out fear. Halfway up the hill that overlooked the city, he paused, looking down at the sprawling streets below. Memories of past mistakes flashed before him, the failed tests, the broken gadgets, the friends who doubted him. Each one was a weight, but also a lesson. Lessons he carried like armor. A gust of wind swept across the hilltop, tangling his hair. Liam lifted his head, letting the wind sharpen his focus. Today wasn't about proving anyone else wrong. It was about proving to himself that he could rise, no matter how impossible the climb seemed. He pulled out a small notebook from his pocket and scribbled a plan for the day. Step by step, action by action, he would tackle every obstacle. No shortcuts, no excuses. Every misstep would be a lesson. Every success a building block. Liam smiled faintly. This was his journey, messy and challenging, but entirely his own. Liam's first test came sooner than expected. A local robotics competition was announced, promising recognition and funding for the winners. His heart raced with excitement, but doubt crept in as well. Could he compete with students who had years of experience and advanced resources? He spent days refining his drone, adjusting its sensors, testing flight paths, and coding algorithms. Every failure pushed him to learn faster, to think smarter, to persevere harder. Nights blurred into mornings, his room a maze of wires, tools, and scribbled formulas. Sleep became a luxury, focus became his weapon. Finally, the competition day arrived. The venue buzzed with energy, students showcasing sleek robots, judges discussing scores, cameras recording every moment. Liam set up his small drone, feeling its weight in his hands, a reminder of every obstacle he had overcome. As the test began, other participants watched skeptically. Some smirked at his modest setup. But Liam didn't falter. He launched the drone, guiding it through the intricate obstacle course he had designed. Each maneuver was precise, every calculation executed with care. The crowd's murmurs grew into gasps as the tiny drone navigated flawlessly, completing paths even the advanced models struggled with. When the final timer rang, Liam's hands trembled. Judges whispered among themselves, eyes scanning scores. Then came the announcement. His drone had placed first. The room erupted in applause. Liam felt a rush of disbelief and pride. He had faced the impossible and won, not by sheer luck, but by relentless persistence. Walking off the stage, Liam realized this victory wasn't just about a competition, it was proof. Proof that even when the odds seemed stacked, determination, creativity, and courage could turn dreams into reality. And this was only the beginning of his journey. After the competition, life seemed brighter, but challenges never truly disappeared. Liam's next hurdle wasn't a contest, but a personal test. His father had fallen seriously ill. The news hit him like a lightning bolt, shattering the temporary victory he had felt. Suddenly, drones and competitions felt trivial. The hospital became his new arena, every moment spent worrying about his father's health. Liam's dreams felt suspended, and the fear of losing someone he loved weighed heavily on him. Yet, in the quiet moments beside the hospital bed, he realized something crucial. Strength wasn't just about achievements. It was about resilience, about standing tall when life knocked you down. He spent nights learning to balance responsibility and ambition. By day, he cared for his father. By night, he refined his drone and worked on new inventions. Exhaustion clawed at him, but determination refused to let him falter. Each small victory, getting a prototype to work, seeing his father smile, reminded him that life's battles came in many forms. One evening, as the city lights twinkled through the hospital window, Liam reflected on his journey. The victories, the failures, the fear, the hope, they were all threads weaving the tapestry of who he was becoming. He wasn't just chasing recognition anymore. He was chasing resilience, courage, and purpose. That night he made a vow to himself. He would rise through adversity, not despite it, but because of it. Every obstacle, every setback would strengthen him. And when the time came, he would face the world with unwavering confidence, ready to turn every shadow into light. Weeks passed, and Liam's father slowly recovered, leaving Liam with a renewed sense of purpose. But the world outside his personal trials remained relentless. A prestigious international drone challenge was announced, a competition known for pushing even seasoned engineers to their limits. Liam knew this was the opportunity he had been waiting for. The stakes were higher, the obstacles more complex, and the competition fiercer. Yet, the struggles he had faced at home and in previous contests had forged a resilience he could now wield like a shield. He retreated into his workshop, spending hours perfecting designs, analyzing airflow dynamics, and testing innovative propulsion systems. Mistakes came often, but each failure taught him something invaluable. Sleep was scarce, fingers blistered, and exhaustion became a constant companion. Still, every setback fueled his determination. One night, as rain tapped gently against the window, Liam paused. He looked at his reflection in the glass, tired, worn, but unbroken. His eyes, sharp and resolute, reflected the lessons of every challenge he had faced. In that moment, he understood the truth. Greatness wasn't about avoiding failure. It was about embracing it, learning from it, and letting it guide you forward. With renewed focus, Liam sketched the final blueprint for his drone, a machine that embodied his creativity, perseverance, and vision. Tomorrow, he would face the most daunting test of his life. Every obstacle, every shadow of doubt had prepared him for this moment, and for the first time, he felt entirely ready. The day of the International Drone Challenge had arrived. Liam stepped into the arena, a vast space, buzzing with cameras, spectators, and competitors from around the world. The course was unlike anything he had ever seen. Towering obstacles, sharp turns, and unpredictable gusts of wind. Every participant's machine gleamed with perfection. Doubt whispered in the back of his mind. Could his drone really compete here? But he remembered every struggle, every failure, every night spent pushing past exhaustion. He took a deep breath, tightened his grip, and launched the drone. The machine soared into the sky, weaving through the complex course with precision. It danced around obstacles, corrected itself mid-air, and followed Liam's commands flawlessly. The crowd gasped, eyes widening in disbelief. Judges whispered, their faces a mixture of astonishment and admiration. A sudden gust threatened to destabilize his drone, but Liam's quick reflexes and meticulous planning kept it steady. He guided it through the final loop, hearts pounding as the finish line approached. The timer rang. Silence filled the arena. Then came the announcement. Liam had won. Tears blurred his vision as applause erupted. It wasn't just about victory. It was about proving to himself that resilience, determination, and creativity could overcome any obstacle. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt had led him here. As Liam lifted the trophy, he realized that success wasn't just measured by awards or recognition. It was measured by growth, courage, and the ability to rise again and again. He had faced the impossible and emerged unstoppable. Looking toward the horizon after the event, Liam knew this was only the beginning. Life would continue to test him, but he had discovered a truth that could never be taken away. He was capable of rising, no matter the shadows that lay ahead.